up, my fight fans? So, I want to talk to you guys about something. We are rapidly getting close to the year 2022 ending. You know, it's been one hell of a year, a lot of ups and downs. I'm sure you guys had the same thing. I hope it was a good year for you guys. If not, I hope it was something that you can learn and you can grow and you could be and you get better at, and definitely, um, hit the year 2023 running. So with that being said, I want to know what you guys think and what is your expectations, because I'm about to tell you my expectations for the year 2023 for the UFC. I want to tell you about some of my fun fights. I want to talk about some of the people I want to come back. I want to talk about some of the people that I hope fight each other. So here's what I got to say. I want to say, let's start with three. If I come up with more, I'll let you guys know. But my first fight that I really hope happens in the year 2023 would definitely be Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones. I'm talking this would be the biggest fight ever. Ever. I do strongly feel it would even top Conor McGregor versus Khabib. I do feel that way. I do. This fight's been talking about. Jon Jones has been talking about for heavyweight for a long time. Jon Jones has been due to return for quite some time. He's been gone. Literally, this coming February will be 3 years since Jon Jones has fought anybody. So, with that being said, I really want this fight to happen. And of course, there's also the drama between Francis Ngannou, with Francis being, is he going to sign a contract? Is he going to sign a new deal? What's going on there? There's a lot going on there that we want that to end. This was a fight that we wanted this year, but hopefully now, with a lot of good expectations, with a lot of good hopes and dreams, hopefully we get that next year. That's my first one, 100%. My second one would definitely have to be Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya Part 4. Only reason I'm saying that, and a lot of people are not going to want it really all that much, just because of the fact that we already saw it 2 times in kickboxing, 1 time in MMA, or UFC, I should say, excuse me. And, you know, it looked like Izzy was pretty much going in there for a victory, 100%. He was going to edge it out. He was going to get that decision win. It looks like he was going to do what he was doing, but he fought it really tooth and nail. He was definitely digging down deep, but unfortunately, it just at the end of the fight, at the end of the day, he got caught. Alex Pereira was able to get that knockout, or knockout stoppage, I should say, and got the victory. I would love to see these guys fight again. I would love to, because these guys are each other's equal. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. These guys are each other's equal. This, like, literally, I feel like Izzy could beat him, but it just feels like Alex Pereira is just that much better. Just that much better. But I do feel in my heart that Israel Adesanya could definitely get that victory over Alex Pereira. So that should be a fun fight, plus a good fun build-up to say that you actually was able to do it and he actually was able to overcome it. Another fight that I would love to see would be Colby Covington versus Khamzat Chimaev. Only because Khamzat Chimaev, there's so much build to him. There's so much momentum going behind him. There's so much, like, you know, he has a big momentum train riding behind him. There's a lot of expectations for him. People are going to feel like he could be a champ at welterweight. He could be a champ at middleweight. I don't necessarily see it just yet. Not just yet. Only because I didn't really get to see him fight the potential that I wanted to see him fight. You know, I got to see him against Gilbert Burns this year, and Gilbert Burns really brought the fight out of him. But he did it in a 3-round fight. And he did good. Khamzat Chimaev did really good. He kept his composure. He did get hit a little bit. He did get rocked a little bit, and he was able to hold his own, and he got that victory. Well, now I want to see him in a 5-round fight, and I want to see him in there with a really good high caliber wrestler, with someone who has really good cardio, and who better than Colby Covington. And I also want to see somebody that's gonna get underneath his skin. That's another one, because it's easy to fight when things are in your favor. It's easy to fight when, you know, you're in the zone, you're ready to go. It's easy to fight when you're not fighting an emotion and you're not burning your energy trying to kill the guy because you're pissed at what he said. That's something I want to see with Colby Covington and Khamzat Chimaev. I want to see what he could react when Colby Covington says some of the controversial things that he likes to say. That's something I really want to see. Then I want to see him see how he can do and handle with somebody who is just as good as a wrestler that he is. I want to see how he can do with someone who's just as good as a striker as he is. And I want to see what he can do when it says the ring, you know, the number comes up and it says round 4 and then it says round 5. I want to see where he's at there. I'm not saying he's going to fail, and I'm not saying I want him to fail. I just want to see it. I want to see what he can do. And if he can overcome that, I definitely feel he could be champion in 2023. If not, definitely 2024 for sure. That is one fight I definitely want to see 100%. 100% hands down. I definitely want to see a return of Conor McGregor. Who do I want to see him face? That's a tricky one, but personally, I think the fun fight and what everyone is even all talking about would be him versus Michael Chandler, because Conor McGregor is a first rounder, Michael Chandler is a first rounder. These guys literally leave it all in the cage in the first round. They come out swinging. They come out throwing bombs. They come out all action, all ready to go. No pacing, no taking their time, no feeling each other out. These guys are literally ready to go to war and unload on each other as soon as that bell rings. 100%. So I would love Conor McGregor to return. I miss Conor McGregor. I miss the press conferences. I miss the countdowns. I miss the interviews. I miss it all because he was just so brash. He was so cocky. He brought the entertainment to UFC. He brought that drama to UFC. It was just really fun when Conor McGregor was a part of the UFC, and I definitely hope and pray he definitely comes back this year. This year, or excuse me, next year in 2023. That would be one hell of a fun fight. As far as Paddy the Baddy goes, because I know he is like a big talk this year. He had a lot of controversy in his last fight. This next fight, I would like to see him fight someone more in the rankings. I would love to see him fight possibly like a Tony Ferguson or a Dan Hooker. I want to see him fight a named person. Even though I did feel like he lost that fight against Jared Gordon in this past pay-per-view, I definitely feel like he did. But I would like to see him slowly rise and slowly move on up towards the ranking, towards possibly getting a potential title fight. Maybe not next year, but the year after. But I would love to start seeing some really good high contenders under his belt, to see those challenges go, to see how ready he really is. Because you're never going to really know how ready you are until you actually fight someone who is just as good and just as good, dangerous as you are. And Dan Hooker and Tony Ferguson are always very dangerous. Even though they're at the end of their career slowly towards it. I mean, Dan Hooker did just get a win, but Tony Ferguson still highly dangerous. This guy can literally finish and tap you out or cut you up with those elbows easy. Still. So that's definitely some really good, something I would really like to see regarding Paddy the Baddy. Definitely, I would love to see the heavyweight title more. Because I'm not saying it's my favorite division, definitely not, but I do enjoy it. But I would love this whole thing to get fixed between John Jones coming back to Francis Ngannou getting contract signed. I would love for that to happen. Very, very much. Very much. Because it just wasn't done enough this year. It really wasn't. We had one hell of an epic fight against Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou. We definitely did. And this year, I believe it was in January. But then that was it. That was it. We had a few good heavyweight fights. Don't get me wrong, but still. So yeah, I would really like to see that happen more. As far as the lightweight goes, because I know that's always highly talked about. Islam Makhachev is already fighting Volkanovski. That's great. 100% great. Anybody else, I have to see. Because right now, it's just, the lightweights anybody's up for grabs. Anybody could get a good title shot. You got Dustin Poirier. He literally just won against Michael Chandler in a really good brawl. I would like to see who he faces next and see how he does. Because that would actually be a very fun fight too. But it just feels like Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje almost feels like it would be just the exact same with Khabib, like how what happened with Khabib, how when Khabib fought Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje, he was pretty much was able to tap them out. So that would be something interesting to see. Now to my recollection, when I'm thinking about it, he's fighting. Volkanovski is going up for double champ status right now to go against Islam, and he wants to try to get double belts. Now, if Islam is victorious, which is a big if, because Volkanovski is no punk, we all know that. If he gets that victory, maybe he can go up and go for that champ status. Do something that Khabib, retired and couldn't do. He retired and he wasn't able to do that. He stopped fighting. He didn't want to do it no more. So maybe after this victory, his first title defense, and we can let the lightweight division figure itself out. Maybe we could get Islam versus the possible winner of Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. That would actually be a very fun fight. Very fun fight. I would like to see how he can handle himself. Maybe he could become another champ. That would actually be one hell of a great victory too. That could be one hell of a fight too as well. Depending on both of them. If he could be able to hold his own at welterweight in a different division, that's 15 pounds difference. Where you're fighting 55 and the other division is at 70. So that could be one hell of a fight too. And I guess my final thing is, which is one of my favorite divisions, is the bantamweights. Henry Cejudo has been talking about coming back. There's been rumors about him coming back. There's been rumors about him linking up with Aljamain Sterling. I would definitely love that to happen. I would love Henry Cejudo to come back because he is one hell of a fighter. He definitely left a little too soon. I want to say, what was it, 2020? He did lose. He left maybe like in May. I think he fought Dominic Cruz, if I'm correct on that one. So I would like to see him come back and possibly face Aljamain Sterling or face Sean O'Malley. Those would be fun matchups. Very fun matchups. I know he just retired, but TJ Dillashaw has always been one of my favorite fighters, and hopefully he can get the shoulder thing figured out and maybe make a late return in 2023. Never know, just depending on how he feels and what his body says and what his doctor says and all this other all this other information that he gets. You never know, because I feel like he's not done. I personally do feel like he is not 100% done. I do feel like that he is a very strong competitor, and he's going to want to come back. He's going to get that itch, and maybe he will come back in the very, very late 2023, if not the very, very beginning of 2024. So there it is, guys. That's my expectations for the UFC in 2023. Let me know in the comments what your expectations are. Let me know in the comments on what you want to see happen. Let me know who you want to see come back. Let me know what fights you want to see and what fights you want to hope to happen. Just let me know everything, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.